In search of healthy keto, we're making coconut pudding, also known as coconut milk cake or coconut jello pudding. It's the simplest coconut pudding recipe I have, almost zero carbs. I'm using organic coconut milk, unsweetened, so there's no carbs in there. I'll use half a cup of milk and rest is cream, or half and half. I'm using half and half. Slightly more than a cup in there, and the container of that coconut milk came with about 13.8 ounces, which makes it about 2.5 cups of liquid. All I need is to replace the sugar, which is the major problem in this pudding that you love. So I found these whole art packets of stevia. Comes with a mixture of stevia and monk fruit. With 2.5 cups, depending on your taste. I tried 8 to 10. That's good enough for my taste. If you like more, you can use a few more packets. I think it's more than enough. 10 packets would be about 20 grams of that stevia, and that's about it. For the pudding, the jello texture of the pudding, I'm using agar-agar powder, and that's a kind of a red algae, kind of a seaweed that releases this pectin that creates the jello texture. It's heated up, so we have to boil up the whole milk and the coconut milk and the cream, and when it's boiled we'll add about 2 teaspoons of this agar-agar powder. That should be good enough for 2.5 cups of liquid. If you want more yellow texture, you can add 3, but 2 teaspoons is fairly good amount to have that texture. The agar-agar is one benefit. It's not animal product. It's not from a jello, which is made from animal product. It is completely vegan, and it has about less than 3 calories per gram. So we're using 2 teaspoons. It's hardly less than 5 calories, and that's about it. The whole pudding texture would be sufficiently good enough to replace the jello texture that I like in pudding. Okay, once it's boiling point, you have to turn off the oven, and then I added 2 teaspoons of agar-agar powder, and I added those packets of the stevia and monk fruit, and I have to stir it for about a minute so the agar-agar dissolves into the whole liquid, and after that it will go straight to this shallow pan. Ideally you would use plastic wrap on the base of this, or saran wrap. I ran out of the saran wrap, so I'm using aluminum foil. The texture will be a little different on the bottom, but that's fine. So it's about a minute. After that it goes nicely into the pan, and you have to let it sit there in either room temperature undisturbed for about 30 minutes, or it's better, I prefer to just leave it in the fridge for about 30 minutes to an hour, and that's about it. Okay, after 2 hours in the fridge, put 1 little ramekin filled with that, and that is from the ramekin. Looks good. Now let's try the main tray I used for this. So just gently cut around the corner with the utensil knife. Let's see, the texture looks good. this. Okay, healthy keto dessert is served. Coconut pudding sprinkled with some shredded coconut. Frozen section, you could buy those shredded coconut. That's an optional thing, but it gives you a little bit of texture to the jello pudding. And the one in the ramekin right here. You could also use any other shape you like. And this is the one with the tray version. There you have it, coconut pudding. Enjoy.